We got all our questions. He did say that. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, no, that's okay. A lot of rain.
Good morning.
Okay.
Yeah, but nobody can even talk to nobody. I can't even. Yeah, but wait, it's gotta be a limit. I know I got another house in my family. Believe me. My sister was on the first state troopers when they let women.
I mean, I never.
If they're not, if they're not, we can't do
That's
you know, and then you walk up the little guys or whatever, you know, but especially for people that. You want to walk back.
Right down at the end of the street.
Yeah.
But I did hear
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think. Yeah, so I think. No, I know. Oh, Debbie, Brenda's not gonna be on the phone.
I miss you three. Duckling's involved in this and then she loved it.
Everybody else. Meeting will now come to order.
The meeting will now come to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence for all those who have given their life this week.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
I'd like to add all those hurricane victims too.
That's what I meant for all of those that gave their lives. Sorry, I wasn't explicit.
Oh,
That is dead.
Okay, roll call.
Good morning. Donna Mosier.
Here.
Ed Weiner.
Here.
Susan Muniak. Here. Brenda Owens. Lemaine Eifert.
Here.
Barry Burgess. Jennifer Smiley.
Here.
And Beverly Hastings.
Here. John, proof of notice?
Yes, Beverly, as per your documents in Florida statute, notice was posted.
Thank you. Prior disposition of prior meeting minutes.
Move that we accept the minutes.
Yeah, here you go.
Handed in. I move that we accept the minutes as handed in.
Do I have a second? I'll second. Okay.
What meeting?
August 6th, our last meeting. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried. No, just Susan. Brenda's not available tonight. Treasurer's report. Sue?
Yeah, 1 second. Figure it out again. Okay. Our income as you'll notice, there's nothing in previous months because this is reporting
I
on
move
July.
we accept the treasurer's report as written.
It was the first month of our fiscal year. The income was $109,288.27. The expenses were $82,465.91 for a net income of $26,822.36. In the operating account, we have $219,898.87 in the popular operating account. In the popular operating savings account, we have $30,001.24. In the ICS fund, which is our investment fund with the operating, we have $225,359.12. And the Bank of the Ozarks operating account, we have $99,309.35. In Live Oak, $6,742.91. Our clubhouse checking has $5,968. Petty cash is at $500. And Players Club, which is Kaleidoscope, $718.80. For a total of $588,498.29. In the Driftwood accounts, there's $42,451.86. And our cash reserves, which are all the reserve accounts and the CDs, we have $842,318.41. Delinquencies and fines are very high this time. The fines and delinquencies is $54,792.80. The delinquencies that are at the attorney are $45,536.76, which is a total of $100,329.66. And the reason the delinquency and fines would be so high is because of the fact that a number of people who are supposed to pay by their the annual dues have not paid them yet. And at the time that this report was, and that should go down greatly within the next month.
Thank you,
That's
Sue.
it.
I move that we accept the minutes as handed out at the door for the treasurer's report.
Second. Thank you. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Okay, Sue, now, the board wants to not have you read the report, the financial report, just have it like we do the secretary's report. Yeah, we do it like the secretary.
I heard you say not read them. What did you say
doesn't want them read every time.
Okay,
Well, unless there's something that needs to be explained in it, it's available and we all have it, so we figured rather than make you read everything every time we have a meeting, we could just accept it as reported. Does that work for
that's
you?
fine.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Sue. John, the manager's report.
So the landscaping project, I believe at our last meeting, the board approved the contract. I did a final walkthrough with the contractor, and he's scheduled to begin and hopefully complete the project during the month of October. I think we're gonna talk about the pool deck lighting later on in the agenda. The, oak trees are scheduled to be removed in Oaks Park. I think it's, the last week of September. The flooring contractor came out, they sent a second contractor out, and, they're telling us that while they were on site, the floor is within their parameters, so we're gonna just keep an eye on it and make sure it doesn't get any worse. The stucco repairs were completed on the, clubhouse walls yesterday. In-house now, we just have to clean up, behind them and then paint the areas, the affected areas, but it looks like they did a fantastic job. I think we're about 95% completed with the expansion joint replacement, and that's looking very nice as well. It's definitely the right direction to go in. And for violations for the month of August, we had 222 new violations. We're talking about, deed restriction violations. 58 were resolved during that month and 40 were dismissed.
Thank you, John. Committee reports. The ARC committee, please.
Oh, my name is Ed Heber. I'm on the committee standing in for Russell Rogers. We have 19 for approval and 1 to be sent back to the board for review.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the approved? Jennifer?
I recommend that we approve 19 architectural changes as presented.
Have a second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Now, the one that's to be reviewed is a horseshoe court in their backyard. They declined at the ARC committee, right?
That is correct. We are a review board. We do not make any decisions. That's up to the board to make decisions on that.
Thank you, Ed. Okay, I don't know if I can give a recommendation as the president, but I'm going to. I recommend that we do not approve this because it'll be setting a precedence. He wants to put a big horseshoe pit in his backyard, and it looks like it's a professional pit. Granted, he's a driftwood, but still there'll be a lot of traffic, a lot of things going on.
I thought that we kind of agreed on that last meeting.
We asked for more information at the last one.
Jennifer?
He gave a more detailed, this diagram of where it would be located. My concern is he's surrounded by homes. He's got houses next to him, houses behind him, and the noise would be excessive of horseshoes that close. If you want to proceed with it, I would recommend that we get the neighbors to all approve it also, or to waiver, but I still don't think it's befitting for that lot.
I agree with Beverly. I think this will set a precedence too.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Yes, Bev.
Yes, Sue?
Yeah, and also besides getting neighbors, that we ought to find out if he really intends to have tournaments there. Because that would definitely make me say no.
Okay. And you have something you want to add to that?
Can I ask if he puts this in, is there still 50% grass? Because that's the only restriction we have for backyards.
I don't believe that there is. That was one of the things we were looking at as the art committee.
Then that probably needs to be stated then. It would not be.
Yes.
Because he does have a pool already.
Okay.
Just as a point of information from past experiences, if you do allow this would be allowed for everyone.
Yeah.
One guy put in a golf thing in his backyard.
That property was large and not only that, it was grass. So you couldn't say, well, it took up too much of the yard and didn't have enough grass on it.
Because it was a grass.
And that wasn't, and the other thing with that is that doesn't make a noise at a horseshoe court. I mean, you're hitting a golf ball, so. I make a motion that we deny the horseshoe court.
I second that.
Okay. All in favor? Oh, John, you have something to say?
Do we want to have a reason for denial in the motion? Because we have to tell them why.
Yep. Not enough grass.
I think it takes all right, I make a motion that we deny the horseshoe court, for the reason that it will make excessive noise for neighbors. And also the fact that this will take up more than 90% of his, what is this percentage? 50% of his yard with everything else in it.
Yes, John.
In the event that he comes back with detailed measurements that says he's not in violation of 50%, do we want to add that the board's just not inclined to allow recreation courts in their yard at this time?
Yeah, sounds good.
That might be the best way to go.
Do I have a second? Should we, take a roll call vote? No, we don't need to? Okay, all in favor? Opposed? Okay, that was denied. Okay, committee reports. Patty, you have a,
Good morning, Patricia French Weisler, 13A06-7024 for the Finance Committee. The committee met on Monday and went through the various papers that we do. The price of postage stamps has gone up as of August 28th. So that's something we have to add in. We have a large credit from Pasco County Utilities, but the way they do it, you have to pay a portion of the bill and then they use a portion of their credit. It doesn't make any sense to us either, but that's how they do it. We also have another credit on the bill for the pool water. Yeah, the pool water. And two homeowners their dues were deducted for the year when it was supposed to be for the month. And the money was returned to them and they would be paying on a monthly basis. And Chris brought up the fact that the house on Tapestry that's been a problem for a while, it was sold and someone's in there rehabbing it, but we have about $7,000 in liens on that property. And Sue was going to follow up with that. The committee would also like to extend an invitation to any board members and any members of the community if they want to find out about the inner workings of the finance system here, come to a finance committee meeting. The only thing we ask is give Debbie a heads up ahead of time so that she can have enough of the paperwork prepared. But the committee is open to have people come anytime we have a meeting. And the next meeting is on September 27th. It's always on the last Monday of the month.
Excuse me, Beth, may I?
yes, go ahead.
We received credit not for pool water. The credit was for the clubhouse approval process, Resource has not received documents yet. When they receive the documents, it will be posted. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Fines and suspension. Oh, I'm sorry.
I just have a general question. I know that Patty said something about the house being rehabbed or being flipped. What happens with that with the art committee? Because we get nothing from that.
John?
So the new owner came into the office, and the ladies we have in the office are very good at explaining the process to him, and he seemed very cooperative and eager to follow the rules and stuff.
So you're saying they are going to put in an arc, or they should put in an arc?
We gave him some art forms for, I'm not, I think Darlene did most of the talking to him, but she explained the process. It seems like he was planning something that required an art approval, and he took the form.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Ian, you have a question?
And I also explained, I told him to come to the office, but right now, what he's trimmed, he's had somebody come trim the palm tree, and he's shaped up the shrubs and stuff, but right now he's only working on the inside of the house.
Okay, thank you.
Question,
Ms.
question.
Oh, Ed?
So the money when the new owner purchased the house, these back dues and everything that's owed to us, was that taken care of at closing?
It should be, and that's what has not come through yet.
Okay.
What's good now, near Vista Drive, fines and suspension. On August 31st, yesterday, hearings were held for the resident at 11041 Water Oak Drive for a commercial vehicle in his driveway. The violation had been corrected, had been reviewed this morning, and it was still not there, so the violation was not enforced. We also had a resident at 11207 Salt Tree Drive, for lawn and landscaping. The resident was not in attendance, and the committee voted to enforce the violation of $50 a day until max of $5,000. These were all approved at the August 6th. Question? Yeah.
You were mentioning 10717 Mira Vista, is that right?
No, that's me. No, this is me.
Anything else?
11207 I mentioned, and I mentioned 11041.
Water. Thank you. Are there any more committee reports? We didn't get any sent in. That's coming back at a different time, at the end. Well, it's under, not the end, but, the end of unfinished business. Okay, pool deck lights. They are still on back order. And that's the only news that I have about it. Is anyone else on the board? Donna?
I talked to the lady the other day. They are saying now the end of September, we should have, we've got the 3 small lights, we're waiting on the 3 big ones, the 2 big ones to come in. But she's trying to rush it as soon as we can. She's got some of them that's on back order for 4 months. It's the delivery system, guys, I'm sorry, they're trying to use COVID for everything now.
Go ahead, Ms. Paul.
I think it should be mentioned that Man's Electric were told that all of this was in stock. They sent in the order as well as payment because of that, and then were notified that it was not available.
Anybody else on the board? Nobody. Okay. Jerry, go ahead.
Jerry Beers, 3326 Monterey. My question is this, and I understand COVID's causing a lot of problem, But stupidity doesn't cause a lot of problems too, I guess, maybe, I don't know. But what's wrong with us changing the light bulbs or getting him to put a timer on that other light and just buy an emergency light? I mean, the folks that live here who enjoy this place at night, are losing out because they can't get it in. Well, I don't think we're not stupid that John made a statement that if that underneath light was left on, we probably would have passed. And I think if you change the light bulbs over there, put brighter lights, it may work, but again, you guys got the brains, I don't.
Thank you, Jerry. Go ahead, Lorraine.
I suggested that to John, but he said we lost our certification or our, our license or
The certification.
for the night swimming, and without that, even if we do a temporary thing, he said we would not be able to use it. Is that correct, John?
So the reason we're closed, just to give the short version, the reason we're not swimming after dark now isn't because of lack of lighting and emergency lighting or temporary lighting wouldn't fix that. We're not swimming after hours because we're not certified.
Thank you. And
What is there a fine for not being certified if we have night swimming?
I don't know what the penalty is.
the only thing is the liability if someone gets hurt.
Liability issue.
There's always a liability issue.
Okay. Clubhouse landscaping. John?
I touched on that earlier. The contract was approved with 3 seasons with some, at our last meeting, we agreed to approve that proposal as submitted with some tweaking and attempts made to lower the cost. So we did lower the final price down to $21,018.81. We left the majority of the proposal intact and just reduced the size of some of the plantings to get to that price. He's hopeful to start that early in October and have it completed in October.
Okay, thank you. Does the board have any?
I don't know if anyone else noticed, but when we discussed this, it was supposed to be done in October, but when the contract came through with the lower price, it said October through December.
Did you see my email? I did have that conversation with him, and it is what I put in.
It is October.
What is October, but do you remember seeing the email where I said it?
I missed it.
So he added a cushion of time for in case of hard to get plants and if he has COVID-related staff issues.
Okay. I'll be honest with you, I'm not happy with that, because I think if we're planning in December, we're running into trouble. And do we have a guarantee on this? Like, is he guaranteed?
On the plantings, yeah, the state standard has given guarantee. And within a week prior to him submitting his proposal, he had 13 guys out for COVID-related stuff, so that's why he added that.
Anything else from the board on that? Ann?
Yeah, Anna Siegel, 1416. I know it doesn't make sense, but I want to remind this board and the manager that when you have a quorum out with the contractor, State Code 723 2A states what constitutes an open board meeting. And there was a quorum that met with this contractor from 3 seasons, and it was not posted.
Number 1, we were not voting on anything.
Okay, doesn't matter. If you'd like me to read something to you.
No, that's all right, we can look it up.
Well, okay, it doesn't matter if you're voting or not. If you're working with a contractor, you can't have a quorum. That's why past boards have had to go four members and then 3 members.
Lene, do you have something you want to say?
whether or not it's against code or, I mean, if you want to report it, report it. There's no way we can discuss the landscaping with the landscaper. This was not us discussing it among ourselves. It was trying to get the price down on the plants. And something that was voted on in an open meeting. And so we got together with the man who had done the landscaping plan and the man who was doing the planting to get the price down on this. I don't think there was one person on the board who did not want to be part of this. And I think also you as residents should want everyone there to hear what they have to say about these plants. I don't see any other way of doing it.
Well,
I understand what you're saying, Ann, but like I said, report it.
Right, that's why they say you can't have a quorum. That's why in the past we've had 4 people do it and then 3 people do it. And it doesn't make sense, but and we didn't write the state code, that's state code, right?
My opinion.
So, I don't think it makes sense either, but I'm just saying, and I'm not reporting anything, but it was a violation of the state code.
Thank you for making us aware. Okay, moving right along, pool furniture. LeMay and Jennifer, who wants to talk?
We had gone around with Jennifer Smiley, Ed Weiner, and myself, and we met at the pool and went around to discuss what was missing or what needed to be added to the pool furniture. As most of you know, when snowbirds are here, everything is used and people are coming down early in the morning, putting the lounge chairs together and putting stuff on them because we don't have enough. So, we went around, we decided we needed 8 more lounge chairs as some of the lounge chairs from the top were moved down to the lower level. 16 chairs, that was 8 that are missing from tables. Some tables only had 3. And then we decided on 3 towel trees. Those are ones that you can hang your towels or your things on when you're using the hot tub or going into the shower. And I had been asked by numerous people if we could get higher lounge chairs. Some of our older residents, and actually the person that asked me about this is 92 years old. It's very hard for them to get up from the lounge chairs that we have. They're too low. So when we went, Jennifer and I went to get prices on everything. And we asked about the lounge chairs, and we are already at the height. Although we noticed yesterday when we were at the pool that we have about 4 or 5 that are actually lower than the others, but they come in 15 or 17-inch heights. I talked to John about this. He said we could probably break something and put higher PVC. But when we talked to Pasco Patio, which is where we get this, they stated that if you go anywhere above that 17-inch, it becomes unstable. So that was out. After we left, we came up with the bright idea that why couldn't we get like footrests, see if that was available. So we called. They are available, 2 different heights, $79 and $99. We decided to go with the $79 one only because that rest can slide underneath a regular chair. And that way, if an older person wants to sit out with their legs up, they're able to do that. The cost for the lounges is $259. The chairs are $145. The footrests, like I said, $79. And the towel trees were $49. The full amount for all of that came to $5,170. And we're putting that up today for discussion and approval.
Make a motion.
I make a motion that we accept the proposal for replacement pool furniture in the amount of $5,170 plus tax. Sue, you would know where that would come from.
The reserve, the pool reserve.
From the pool reserve account.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, now discussion. Jennifer.
one thing that when we were walking the pool deck, we also were interested in getting more tables. We have that on our list, and we were advised that due to COVID and supply issues, resin is like liquid gold apparently now. The manufacturers in Miami, they have actually shut down. And pool table, or the tabletops are at least a 1 year wait.
But even with that being, the tables were not the main worry for us. Tables were to replace, like, when we opened up by the bathrooms, they took the planters out of there and 2 tables were moved there. So they were removed from other areas. The lower level has very few tables. So it was a matter of 4 tables. So we're not really that worried about that. I mean, it would be nice to have the extra tables, but I think it's more important